Righty. We in the building. We in the building. Shalom, family. All praises to the Most High and power to the chosen people. All right. My Chromebook this time. But yeah, today's lesson, or pretty much today's topic in general, just going to be quick. I just came here to do something real quick. It's going to be over. Is fast food a sin? Is eating fast food a sin? Junk food and things of this nature? All right. Now we know, for the most part, the government knows we are the chosen people, and they try their best to keep us from following these laws, statutes, and commandments, to offset prophecy and to keep power for as long as they possibly can. We know this. So we know in all this junk food and all these fast food, all these different places, we know, especially in junk food, we know that there are certain ingredients in junk food that comes from, the pig, or comes from pork, but we don't necessarily know these things. Like a lot of these things, like these Cheetos and Doritos, a lot of these things and these ingredients, some of them elements or some of those ingredients come from pork. So you gotta be careful with the junk food, man. The stuff is not good. Nutrition has no nutritional value at all. All right. Now, as far as fast foods, and this is something I realized in the Israelite community, we harp on following the laws, following the dietary laws. Don't eat no pork. Don't you put that shrimp down, put all that seafood down. We do that, but then go and eat Wendy's. Where they do that at? You think it's in the Most High's will for you to go and eat some Burger King? You following the dietary laws, eating Burger King? And so it's very hypocritical for us to talk about dietary laws, but then go and get some Davis Burger or some Taco Bell. It makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't. And so one thing you got to realize, when it comes to fast food, they cook their seafood, their pork, and the chicken and the beef and all that stuff. They cook all this stuff on the same grill. All this stuff is cooked, is all in the same area. So if somebody cooks some pork and put that down on the skillet, and then that's done, and then they put some beef right there on that skillet, that's breaking the law. Because in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, it breaks down how if you touch something unclean, you have to wash yourself and you have to stay clean until the evening. All right. And even if something is unclean touches a pot or touches any surface, you have to clean that surface, and that surface has to be clean until the evening before it's used again. And at fast food joints and in different restaurants too that sell pork and seafood, they cook the unclean food on top of this grill, and then when they wipe off, and they go right to the next order. So if they put down that unclean meat, cook that, and then go right to the next order and then cook some clean food, that clean food is now defiled. What is it that we don't understand about that? I'm gonna go to scriptures. I'm gonna show you that if unclean food and these juices from this pork and these juices from this seafood touch the clean food, that clean food now becomes dirty food. You're not supposed to touch the unclean stuff at all. So when you go to fast food restaurants and you're eating the so-called clean food, this food is a part of dietary law. You're eating this burger or whatever from Burger King. You gotta understand, they sell bacon and sausage and ham and all this stuff there too. So they're cooking all this stuff in the same area. So your clean food is getting defiled. So you're breaking the Most High's laws without even knowing it. Crazy, right? But a lot of people don't understand that. You're breaking the Most High's laws without even knowing it. So let's go to Leviticus, the 11th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 31. And it says, these are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the even. All right. So you see, if you touch some unclean, like you're gonna be unclean until the even. All right. So there's that. Now let's go 32. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doeth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the even. So it shall be cleansed. Game over. That stuff you eating at McDonald's that you think is clean food, it's not clean. They cooking sausage, egg, biscuits. They cooking, you know, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles and all that. And then you think just because you get a little chicken biscuit, you good. All that stuff's getting cooked in the same stuff. All that stuff cooked on the same grill. Come on now, let's not be foolish. Let's not play games, Israel. Because Israel, we be out here talking about some dietary laws and be out here just eating anything. You can't talk to nobody about some dietary laws and then be out here eating every single thing. Like, come on now. Let's see. Let me keep going. Verse 33. And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh, shall be unclean. So if them, pork juices hit that clean meat, that's now unclean now. All right, that's what that's talking about. All right, and it says, and all drink that may be drunken, every such vessel shall be unclean. All right, so if that unclean food is touching the clean food, then that clean food becomes unclean. And that means that you are breaking the Most High dietary laws. So while we talk about dietary laws, we then break those same laws without knowing it. It's very clear on how we should not be near any unclean food, period, or any unclean thing. We should not be near this stuff. All right. So that was just a quick video on how certain restaurants, and definitely fast food restaurants, and certainly junk food, is against the dietary laws, because these things contain unclean, ingredients, unclean meat and unclean things in these quote unquote, clean foods, right? We think junk food is okay. It's not mentioned in the Bible. It's okay, but you don't understand. They have different ingredients that traces back to pork, like pork gelatin or something like that. Different things that come from pork, but we don't know it. They just call it they call it a scientific name, right? It's chemistry name, right? But it'd be pork. And same as fast food. They cooking bacon on the grill. They take that off and then put some beef on the grill. That beef is now defiled, brother, sister. It's now defiled. Come on now. Let's be smart. Let's, do our due diligence and be very meticulous in our day-to-day life. Because the enemy out there is trying to make you break these laws. So we have to be careful in our walk. Because we may think we're doing right. And then you realize, oh, snap. That was the wrong thing to do the whole time. All right. So with that, I'll say, shalom, family. All praises to the Most High and power to the chosen people. Love y'all.